Now let's focus on the match in Africa, which takes place tonight with a record attendance expected at the Cape Town Stadium. Now over 50,000 fans will make their way into the stadium to watch the two of the greatest tennis players of all time, as Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal play each other in an exhibition match. Let's join now on live from Cape Town our head of sport, Marc, who has been keeping all tabs on that story and of course that event as it unfolds this afternoon and of course into the evening as those two players get on their horn. Marc, thank you so much for joining us in Cape Town. Of course, there's a lot to expect from this match. What significance does it hold? Of course, it being in Cape Town, the first time this kind of match has played on the African continent.
Yeah, good morning, Pilar. For me, it really is about the message that this match is sending, because I think tennis in South Africa has been in desperate need of getting some major highlights, some major attention, having a spotlight being put on it. And I think for two massive stars like Roger and Rafa to be able to find the time in what you can only imagine to be the most busiest of schedules, for them to find time in their schedule, for them to make their way to South Africa, to be here in Cape Town, to put on the images that we're going to see tonight, to put on the display that we are going to see tonight, I really feel it gives kids here in South Africa, kids in Africa, of course, the belief that a dream in tennis really is possible. The names don't come bigger than Roger and Rafa. So for them to be in Africa, to be here in South Africa, in Cape Town, to play in front of, as you mentioned, a world record crowd later on today, I think it is something that Tennis South Africa desperately needs, and I think it's something that the sport of tennis here in South Africa is in desperate need of as well, to put that spotlight on.
And I know, Marc, all sports fans will be overjoyed at the fact that we'll get to see those two tennis stars play in Cape Town, and of course on the continent, pretty much for a once-in-a-lifetime experience for most South Africans. But this match also has a different significance. It's there to raise money for education for children in the continent. How special is that, and what has been the messages from both the organizers and, of course, the Roger Federer Foundation?
Yeah, well, the Roger Federer Foundation, as you mentioned, they love being able to put the emphasis on the kids. It's where all the funds from tonight is going to go towards Roger's foundation. He has a specific part of his heart is just completely loved with kids, and he wants to be able to give them a better education, whether it be here in South Africa or in kids in and around Southern Africa. So all of tonight's funds are going to go towards that foundation that is all geared towards education, building schools, helping kids with, learning disabilities and being able to find a better education in life. And the irony is that it's not just about the tennis match tonight, Pilar. There's so much that's happening between now, this morning, and the rest of the afternoon. There is going to be a hitting session between Roger and Rafa later on today, so that'll be the media's first opportunity before the match even gets underway as to what we can expect later on court tonight. There's also going to be a coaching clinic. We mentioned now the love that Roger has for kids, so there's no surprises to find out that before the match is taking place. I already saw 2 busloads of kids arriving outside the Cape Town Stadium earlier on this morning, so the kids are being bussed in. There's going to be a coaching clinic, and we talk about being able to live your dreams. I imagine as a young child coming to the Cape Town Stadium and having a coaching clinic from Roger Federer himself. So it is not just about putting on a display and putting on a show for the cameras. He really is going on to meet these kids behind the scenes. He really wants to make a difference. In fact, we saw him yesterday having a hit about as well with the captain of the Springboks, Siya Kolisi. So it really is more than just putting on a show here for Roger. It is about making his mark being felt. It's about giving back to these kids and doing the most that he can whilst he is here in Cape Town.
Well, thank you very much, Marc. We'll definitely keep in touch with you throughout the day as you give us more updates from Cape Town and, of course, that iconic match and that event as it unfolds in Cape Town.